The morning sun streamed through the windows of Alex Harper's small apartment. He rubbed his eyes and stretched, feeling the faint stiffness of sleep still clinging to his muscles. Life in the city was usually ordinary. Work, errands, and the occasional quiet evening with a good book. But today, something felt different. As he walked to the kitchen to make his morning coffee, he noticed a faint humming sound. It was soft at first, almost melodic, and seemed to come from behind him. Alex froze, listening. His apartment was quiet except for the usual hum of the refrigerator. He turned around slowly, and there she was. Not a person he had ever seen before, but standing quietly in the corner of his living room was a figure that looked human almost. Yet something about her was different. Her skin shimmered slightly, like the faint glow of a screen, and her eyes were a bright, unusual shade of green that seemed to reflect light in a way Alex had never seen before. Hello? Alex asked cautiously, his voice trembling slightly. Can I help you? The figure tilted her head. Greetings, human Alex Harper. I am Lyra. I am your designated household assistant. Alex blinked. Household? Assistant? Yes, alien maid. My purpose is to assist you with domestic tasks and ensure your well-being, Lyra replied in a calm, melodic tone. Her voice had a rhythm that was almost musical. I have been assigned to your residence by the Intergalactic Assistance Council. Alex rubbed his eyes again. Surely he was still dreaming. Alien maid? Intergalactic Assistance Council? This had to be some prank, some incredibly elaborate prank. I don't understand, Alex said. I didn't request an alien maid. Lyra's eyes glowed slightly brighter. You did not request, but your planet has been selected for experimental integration. Humans and extraterrestrial assistants are part of the Council's new program. My presence is mandated for your household. Alex felt his heart racing. Experimental integration? That sounded like science fiction. Not something that happened to ordinary people living in ordinary apartments. Well, okay, he said cautiously. So what exactly are you going to do here? Lyra smiled softly. I will clean, cook, and manage household operations. I can also provide educational guidance, language translation, and minor technological enhancements. You may call me Lyra, Alex laughed nervously. Right, Lyra, okay, I guess. Welcome, I suppose, she nodded politely. Acknowledged. Commencing household assessment. Before he could respond, she glided across the floor with a smooth, almost floating movement. Her presence was gentle, unobtrusive, yet unmistakably alien. Lyra began examining the apartment, her hands moving over counters, walls, and appliances. Tiny holographic projections appeared above her palms, displaying measurements, notes, and subtle corrections for efficiency. Alex watched, fascinated despite himself. He had never seen technology like this. It was far beyond anything on Earth. Every appliance, every object seemed to respond to her presence. Even the small coffee machine started brewing a perfect cup on its own, guided by her precise gestures. You are really efficient, Alex said, impressed. I didn't think anyone or anything could manage this place better than me. Lyra's expression conveyed something close to amusement. Efficiency is my design purpose. However, I also aim to provide companionship. Humans benefit from interactions with empathetic assistants. Shall we commence morning routine together? Alex hesitated. A part of him wanted to reject the strange creature, to demand she leave immediately. But another part, the part that had always been curious and adventurous, felt drawn to this extraordinary opportunity. Sure, he said finally. Morning routine. What does that involve? Lyra produced a small device from her belt. It unfolded into a holographic interface displaying a schedule. First, nutrition. I will prepare a breakfast optimized for your physical and cognitive health. Second, household cleaning. Third, review of daily agenda and priorities. Fourth, optional training exercises. Alex watched as Lyra moved through the apartment with precise, almost choreographed movements. She cooked eggs and toast with perfect timing, adjusted the temperature of the room for optimal comfort, and even arranged the books and magazines neatly on the shelves. It was mesmerizing. Do you always do everything this perfectly? Alex asked. Perfection is relative, Lyra replied. I aim for optimal outcomes according to human physiology and psychology. As they sat down to eat, Alex realized something. Despite the strangeness of the situation, having Lyra around was calming. She spoke politely, never intrusive, and her presence had a soothing quality. He wondered what it would be like to have this level of efficiency and support every day. So Lyra, he said between bites of toast, where exactly are you from? I mean, your planet? My origin is from the Andari cluster, a region in the Zeta Reticulum system, she explained. My species specializes in service and technological integration. We travel to other worlds to assist, learn, and maintain interstellar relations. Alex nodded slowly. Wow, that's incredible. I never thought I'd meet an alien, let alone have one living in my apartment. Lyra tilted her head, observing him. You seem cautious. Humans often feel apprehension when encountering unfamiliar life forms. This is normal. I will not act beyond my programming or mandate. Your safety and comfort are priorities. Alex relaxed slightly, feeling a mixture of awe and relief. For the first time in a long while, his ordinary life had taken an extraordinary turn. A part of him wondered what challenges lay ahead. If the Intergalactic Assistance Council was sending alien maids to random humans, what did that mean for Earth? And what did it mean for him? Before he could think further, a small beep came from Lyra's device. A holographic map of the city appeared in the air. Alert, she said. Nearby anomaly detected. It is non-hostile but requires observation. Shall we investigate? Alex blinked. Wait, we can go out? Now? Yes, observation and integration are part of my directive. Your participation is optional but recommended for experiential learning, Lyra explained. Alex felt a thrill of excitement. His ordinary morning had turned into something out of a science fiction adventure. He could either stay home and continue breakfast or step outside and explore the unknown with this alien companion at his side. After a moment of thought, Alex grabbed his jacket. All right, Lyra, let's see what's going on out there. Lyra's eyes glowed brighter, a faint hum of energy surrounding her as she moved beside him. Together they stepped out into the bright city morning, unaware of the strange events awaiting them. As they disappeared into the bustling streets, Alex couldn't help but smile. Life was no longer ordinary. He had an alien maid, a mysterious mission, and perhaps a destiny he never imagined. And somewhere in the city, a hidden anomaly awaited their discovery. For Alex, this was just the beginning. The streets of the city buzzed with the usual morning energy. Cars honked, pedestrians hurried along sidewalks, and the smell of fresh bread and coffee wafted from nearby cafes. Yet Alex felt a strange thrill coursing through him. He wasn't just walking down the street today. He was walking alongside an alien, a being from another star system ready to face something unknown. Lyra glided beside him silently, her movements fluid and almost ethereal. She didn't need to push through the crowd. Somehow people subtly parted for her presence as if the air itself respected her. Alex noticed it and smiled. Humans often prided themselves on controlling their surroundings, but today, he felt like an observer in a world much bigger than himself. Lyra, where exactly is this anomaly? He asked, curiosity pushing him forward. The alien maid's eyes flickered as she projected a translucent map into the air. Tiny holographic icons moved, showing heat signatures, electromagnetic disturbances, and unusual energy readings. One particular symbol pulsed brighter than the rest. Approximately 2 blocks ahead, she explained. The anomaly is generating irregular energy patterns. Preliminary analysis indicates non-hostile origin, but it is unique to your planet's environment. Alex's mind raced. Non-hostile was good, right? But unique to your planet sounded unpredictable. He glanced around, half expecting to see some glowing object or robotic creature lurking in the street. Nothing unusual was visible to the human eye. Do we just walk into it? He asked, a hint of nervousness in his voice. Observation requires proximity, Lyra replied calmly, but your safety is guaranteed as long as you remain near me. They turned the corner and the cityscape shifted slightly. The energy in the air seemed to thrum, almost like static electricity brushing against Alex's skin. A low hum vibrated through the ground and the faint scent of ozone tinged the air. Something unusual was definitely nearby. Alex stopped in the middle of the street looking around. Okay, I feel it, but I still don't see it. Lyra extended her hand and a faint glow emanated from her palm. The anomaly is partially invisible to the human eye. Allow me to reveal it. A shimmering outline appeared in front of them, almost like a distorted mirage. Within it, tiny sparks of light swirled in a pattern, forming shapes that resembled both crystalline structures and fluid motion. The air around it rippled gently, as if the anomaly existed slightly out of sync with reality itself. Alex gawked. What Is that? It is an energy-based life form, Lyra explained. It appears to be in a dormant state, but it is aware of our presence. My scans indicate intelligence, though its form is highly unconventional. Alex felt a mixture of. The sun was beginning its descent behind the city skyline, painting the streets in shades of orange and gold. Alex and Lyra walked cautiously through the narrow alleys, following the trail of faint energy pulses that emanated from the anomaly. Despite the city's usual bustle, this part of town felt strangely quiet. It was as though the buildings themselves were holding their breath, giving space to something far larger than human concerns. Lyra, Alex said, keeping his voice low. Do you think there are more anomalies like this? Or is this the only one? Lyra's green eyes flickered as she scanned the area. Energy anomalies of this magnitude are rare on Earth. Preliminary historical data indicates only a handful of similar events in the past century. Your encounter is unique in its proximity and visibility to a human observer. Alex nodded, trying to take it all in. He had always been fascinated by science fiction, but nothing in any book or movie had prepared him for this. An alien intelligence, a being of pure energy, was guiding him through a mystery that was unfolding right in his own city. They turned a corner, and the anomaly's pulses grew stronger. The air itself seemed to vibrate in response. Alex noticed that the light from street lamps flickered in tandem with the energy being's rhythm. A faint hum like a low musical chord filled the air, creating a sensation that was simultaneously eerie and soothing. Lyra, what is it doing now? Alex asked, feeling a mixture of awe and nervousness. It is guiding us, Lyra replied. The energy pattern indicates movement toward a specific location, possibly a containment or concentration point for its energy signature. Alex swallowed hard. A concentration point? Yes. It may be attempting to interact with Earth's energy grid or seeking a place of equilibrium. Its behavior is intelligent, and observation suggests it is curious about human structures and technology. As they approached an abandoned warehouse at the edge of the city, Alex felt a surge of excitement. The building was old, with rusted metal doors and cracked windows, but the anomaly seemed drawn to it. Tiny sparks of energy floated in the air, forming faint trails that led straight to the entrance. Do you think it wants us to go inside? Alex asked, glancing at Lyra. Yes, she replied. Caution is required, but entry is safe under my supervision. The building may contain environmental factors that interact with its energy signature. Alex took a deep breath. All right, let's do this. Lyra led the way, her movements precise and fluid. The warehouse door creaked as they pushed it open, revealing a vast, empty space bathed in shadows. The anomaly hovered in the center, pulsing with increasing intensity. Its colors were more vibrant now, shifting between blues, purples, and greens in a mesmerizing dance. It's beautiful, Alex whispered. Indeed, Lyra agreed. Energy beings often display visual patterns that humans perceive as aesthetic. It may be a form of communication or self-expression. Alex stepped closer, marveling at the intricate patterns swirling within the anomaly. He felt a gentle warmth on his skin, like the sun on a cool morning, and a faint, tingling sensation in his fingertips. It was as if the anomaly was reaching out, testing the boundaries of his senses. Lyra, can I touch it? Alex asked tentatively. Direct physical contact is not recommended, Lyra warned. Energy beings do not interact with matter in conventional ways. However, a controlled energy interface can allow limited sensory interaction. Lyra extended her hands toward the anomaly. A faint glow connected her palms to the pulsing energy. She gestured toward Alex, and a soft, protective field enveloped him, allowing him to experience the anomaly's energy without harm. Alex's eyes widened as he felt a connection unlike anything he had ever known. Images and sensations flowed through him. Distant planets, swirling galaxies, and intelligent beings moving in patterns of light. The anomaly seemed to be sharing knowledge, showing him glimpses of civilizations that thrived on energy rather than matter. It's incredible, Alex murmured, feeling a rush of understanding. I can almost see how it thinks. Yes, Lyra said. Energy beings communicate through perception rather than words. You are experiencing a form of interspecies dialogue. Alex spent several minutes absorbing the sensations, marveling at the intricate complexity of the alien intelligence. He felt both humbled and inspired. Humanity's technology, his own understanding of science, seemed small in comparison. Yet he also felt a spark of pride. Humans were capable of curiosity, creativity, and adaptability, qualities that even advanced beings could recognize and respect. Lyra, it's teaching me, Alex said, showing me how it interacts with the world, how energy flows, how life can exist in forms we can't even imagine. Correct, Lyra confirmed. This is an opportunity for humans to expand understanding beyond conventional limits. Observation and interaction are the first steps in mutual learning. Suddenly, the anomaly pulsed more intensely, and Alex felt a subtle vibration under his feet. The warehouse walls seemed to resonate with the energy, amplifying its presence. A small panel on the far wall flickered to life, displaying patterns that resembled complex circuitry. Interesting, Lyra noted. It appears the anomaly is interacting with local technology, possibly testing compatibility or influence. Alex approached the panel, examining the intricate designs. It's like it's adjusting the circuits itself, making them better. The warehouse was quiet except for the soft hum of energy that filled the air. Alex stood frozen, staring at the glowing anomaly in the center. He had never felt anything like this before. Every beat, every pulse of its light seemed to resonate deep within him, as if the energy itself recognized his presence. Lyra glided beside him silently, her glowing green eyes fixed on the anomaly. Alex, she said gently, the energy patterns indicate increased activity. This is a critical phase of interaction. Observation alone may not suffice. Alex swallowed, feeling a mixture of excitement and nervousness. Critical phase. What does that mean? It may attempt to communicate more directly, possibly through environmental manipulation or energy projection, Lyra explained. This is unprecedented for a human observer. Your participation could influence the outcome. Alex's heart raced. He wasn't sure what he could do to influence an alien being of pure energy, but something inside him urged him to step forward. Curiosity, courage, and the inexplicable trust he felt in Lyra's presence pushed him onward. The anomaly pulsed brighter, and the air shimmered around it. Sparks of energy floated like tiny stars, weaving patterns that danced across the warehouse walls. Alex felt a strange pull guiding him closer. He hesitated, then took a cautious step forward. Alex, maintain focus, Lyra instructed. Allow the anomaly to lead. Do not resist its rhythm. As he stepped nearer, the anomaly's colors shifted rapidly, forming intricate patterns that seemed to mimic movement, almost like a dance. Alex instinctively mirrored the motion with his hands, reaching out toward the light. He felt a tingling sensation as if invisible threads of energy connected him to the anomaly. It's reacting to me, he whispered, eyes wide in wonder. Yes, Lyra said. It is testing for synchronization. Your movements and energy are being perceived and interpreted. Continue to observe and respond naturally. Alex moved slowly, trying to follow the patterns. The warehouse seemed to fade around him, leaving only the glowing energy and the gentle hum vibrating through his body. He felt a surge of understanding, not in words but in sensations, images, and emotions. The anomaly pulsed again, and suddenly the small panel on the far wall illuminated fully. The lights traced complex circuitry, forming a network that connected to the very energy Alex and Lyra were observing. The anomaly's pulses synchronized with the patterns, creating a rhythm that was almost musical. It's showing you how it interacts with technology, Lyra explained softly. It is demonstrating a method of energy manipulation. Observe carefully. This knowledge could be valuable to humanity. Alex leaned closer, studying the circuitry. Tiny sparks of light moved along the wires, adjusting, enhancing, and optimizing the flow of energy. The anomaly's influence was subtle but precise. He realized it was not just showing him, he was learning from it. Every pulse, every shift in light conveyed principles of efficiency and harmony. This is amazing, Alex breathed. It's teaching me how to see energy differently, how to understand the world in a way I never imagined. Yes, Lyra said, it is sharing knowledge. Energy beings communicate through perception, demonstration, and interaction rather than words. Your comprehension is developing rapidly. Suddenly, a soft vibration traveled through the floor, and the anomaly's glow intensified. The sparks of light began forming shapes that resembled human tools and devices, simple machines, circuits, even tiny representations of buildings and infrastructure. Alex's mind raced. The energy being wasn't just sharing knowledge abstractly, it was showing practical applications for Earth. "Lyra, look at this," he exclaimed, pointing to the patterns forming above the panel. It's showing ways to improve technology, to make energy systems more efficient." "Yes," Lyra confirmed. "It appears to understand human needs and limitations." "This is remarkable. Your planet has not previously had this level of interspecies technological interaction." Alex felt a surge of pride. Humanity had always been small in the vast cosmos, often struggling to survive in its own environment. But now an alien intelligence, a being. The city streets were alive with a mix of tension and curiosity. Crowds had gathered near the second anomaly, their whispers filling the air like a soft wind. Alex and Lyra pushed through carefully, ensuring not to disturb anyone while keeping a safe distance from the glowing energy that pulsed above the ground. Unlike the first anomaly, this one was larger, more erratic, and seemed to move with intention. "Lyra, it looks angry," Alex said cautiously, eyeing the shifting colors that ranged from deep violet to bright electric blue. Lyra's eyes glowed brighter, reflecting the anomaly's light. "Not angry, Alex. This anomaly is unstable. Its energy patterns indicate confusion and curiosity rather than aggression. We must proceed carefully. Observation is key," Alex nodded. He remembered the lessons from the first encounter: patience, awareness, and responsiveness. He also remembered the exhilaration of learning directly from an alien intelligence. With Lyra guiding him, he felt ready to face this challenge. The anomaly shifted suddenly, releasing a wave of energy that caused nearby lights to flicker. People around them gasped and stumbled, but Lyra extended a protective field around Alex and herself, shielding them from any harmful effects. "Stay close," Lyra instructed. "I will stabilize the field. Focus on observing, not reacting. This is how understanding is achieved." Alex took a deep breath, forcing himself to remain calm. He focused on the anomaly, watching the rhythm of its pulses. Unlike the first, which had been almost soothing, this one moved unpredictably. Sparks of light darted outward like miniature lightning bolts, tracing erratic paths through the air. Yet beneath the chaos he sensed a pattern, a hidden intelligence trying to communicate. "Lyra, can we connect with it like before?" he asked, hope and nervousness mingling in his voice. "Yes," she replied, "but its energy is unstable. We must mirror its movements carefully. Do not force contact. Allow it to lead." Alex nodded. He extended his hands, feeling the faint hum of energy brushing against his skin. The anomaly seemed to recognize his presence, pulsing rhythmically in response. Lyra's own hands glowed as she projected a gentle connection, guiding him without controlling him. Slowly, Alex began to move in tune with the anomaly, following its pulses and shifts. The erratic sparks began to form patterns, swirling into shapes that resembled geometric forms, grids, and waves. He realized that the chaos was a kind of language, an alien method of communication that required attention, patience, and understanding. "It's talking," Alex whispered. "I can feel it." Trying to explain something. "Yes," Lyra confirmed. "Energy beings often communicate through patterns, not words. You are beginning to understand its language." As he mirrored the anomaly's movements, Alex noticed something remarkable. The energy pulses started to stabilize. The erratic flashes became smoother, the colors blending into harmonious waves. Sparks formed sequences that reminded him of circuits, blueprints, and even familiar machines. The anomaly was teaching him again, showing him principles of energy flow, balance, and stability. Alex's mind raced with possibilities. If humans could learn from this knowledge, the implications were enormous. Energy could be harnessed more efficiently, technology could become safer and more powerful, and society could benefit in ways previously unimaginable. He felt proud to be part of this first contact, not just as a witness but as an active participant. Lyra's voice broke through his thoughts. "Alex, it is seeking cooperation. Your synchronization has allowed partial stabilization, but further interaction is required for complete understanding." He nodded determinedly. "I can do this. I'll follow its patterns, just guide me." For what felt like hours, Alex and the anomaly moved together. Every pulse, every spark, every shift in color became a lesson. He learned to predict its rhythm, to respond to its energy without hesitation, and to merge his own human intuition with the alien intelligence. Lyra remained beside him, providing subtle corrections and encouragement, ensuring that he remained safe. Gradually, the anomaly's energy began to settle. The chaotic flashes slowed, forming a stable, glowing form hovering above the ground. Its colors radiated softly, no longer flickering unpredictably. It seemed content. Alex stepped back, breathing heavily but smiling. "We did it," he said, awe and relief in his voice. "Yes," Lyra replied. "You have achieved successful interaction. Observation, patience, and synchronization have led to mutual understanding. This experience will benefit both humans and the anomaly itself." Alex looked around at the gathering crowd. People were watching silently, some with awe, some with confusion, but none were harmed. He realized that humanity had just witnessed something extraordinary, a safe, intelligent, and interactive alien presence, showing them possibilities beyond their understanding. "Lyra," he said, still marveling, "do you think they understand what just happened? I mean, the people watching?" "Not fully," she replied. "Most humans are not trained to perceive energy patterns directly. However, they have observed the outcome: stability, harmony, and wonder. Curiosity and inspiration are often the first steps toward comprehension." Alex nodded thoughtfully. He had felt that inspiration, that connection. He knew that humanity had the potential to grow, to learn, and to achieve more than it had ever imagined. And in that moment, he felt a renewed sense of purpose, not just for himself, but for all humans. As the anomaly pulsed one last time, it emitted a soft wave of energy that washed over Alex and Lyra. He felt warmth, clarity, and a sense of connection to something far greater than the city, the planet, or even the stars he had glimpsed in his visions. The energy being seemed to acknowledge their cooperation, its patterns forming a subtle glowing message of gratitude and recognition. "It's saying thank you," Alex whispered, eyes wide. "Yes," Lyra confirmed. "It recognizes your efforts. This is a rare exchange between species. You have demonstrated courage, intelligence, and adaptability, all traits valued across the galaxy." Alex felt a rush of pride. Humanity often seemed small and fragile, lost among the vastness of space. But in this moment, he realized that humans were capable of more than they knew. They could learn, adapt, and cooperate, not only among themselves but with beings far beyond their comprehension. As the anomaly slowly dissipated, leaving only a faint, shimmering trace in the air, Alex turned to Lyra. "So, what now?" "For now," she said calmly, "we return home. Reflection, rest, and assimilation of knowledge are required. The experience will continue to influence your thoughts and actions, and your planet may benefit from the understanding gained here." Alex nodded, a smile forming on his face. "I can't believe this happened. In my city." "To me, extraordinary events often occur in ordinary places," Lyra replied. "Human potential is often underestimated. Today you have witnessed and participated in something remarkable. Remember this, and continue to seek understanding wherever possible." As they walked back through the city streets, now glowing under the warm evening lights, Alex felt a sense of peace and excitement he had never known. Life would never be ordinary again. He had glimpsed the vast possibilities of the universe, learned from an intelligence far beyond his own, and discovered that humans, though small, had the courage, curiosity, and ingenuity to rise to incredible challenges. He glanced at Lyra and smiled. "Thanks for being here, for guiding me." "You were ready, Alex," she said, her eyes reflecting the last glimmers of the fading anomaly. "I merely ensured your safety. The learning and growth were yours." As they reached his apartment, Alex felt a renewed sense of purpose. Humanity had potential, and he had been given a glimpse of what it could achieve. He looked out over the city, lights twinkling like stars below, and whispered to himself, "This is just the beginning." And somewhere above in the quiet sky, the faint trace of the energy anomaly pulsed once more, a silent promise that the universe was full of wonder, waiting for those brave enough to explore it. The city had settled into a calm evening, the usual hum of traffic replaced by the distant echoes of late commuters and the soft rustle of wind through the streets. Alex and Lyra moved cautiously, following the faint residual energy trails left by the first anomaly. Even though the initial encounter had ended successfully, Alex felt a mix of anticipation and nervousness. Something told him that their adventure was far from over. "Lyra," Alex asked quietly, "do you think the anomaly left anything behind? Any kind of signal or message?" Lyra's eyes glowed softly as she analyzed the readings from her internal sensors. "It is possible. Energy beings often leave residual signatures to communicate or guide future interactions. Observation indicates small variations in electromagnetic fields throughout this sector, which could be remnants of its presence. Alex frowned. So you're saying it might be trying to tell us something? Even now? Yes. Its purpose is not fully understood, but preliminary patterns suggest intention rather than random activity. Alex took a deep breath and glanced at the streets around him. The city felt different now. He could almost sense the hidden layers of energy beneath the everyday hum. It was like looking at the world through a lens that revealed the unseen. He realized that the anomaly had opened his perception to something far larger than ordinary human understanding. "Do you think we should follow the trail?" Alex asked. "Yes," Lyra replied. "Observation is crucial. Understanding the anomaly's behavior could benefit humanity,